What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my sports picks video, college football edition. It is Friday night, November the 13th. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight and each and every time I put out a video. You guys might be watching this early on Saturday. Happy college football Saturday. It is November the 14th. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me each and every time I put out a video. You guys are absolutely awesome. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. What I like to do with college football is I like to do what's called a long shot parlay. We'll go ahead and recap what we did with our long shot parlay from last week and get into this week. So basically the goal of the long shot parlay is not necessarily to hit it. It's my fun way of giving you guys a bunch of different options that I'm looking at. Again, these aren't my top plays because I save those for those who are a part of the village, but these are the next tier games that I like. Again, most of these plays I do end up playing myself. So it's not like I'm just picking random games. I do like all of these games, but like I said, I don't want to make a video just to give out one play or two plays. I want to give out a bunch of different plays. So just my fun way of doing it. I throw them all together into a long shot parlay. If you guys want to tail me and do the long shot parlay yourselves, get crazy with me, that's up to you. Or if you want to pluck out your favorites, which is what I recommend, and do something smaller, that's definitely up to you. But that's what I like to do with college football and soon with college basketball, which is right around the corner. There's just so many games on Saturdays. Like I said, I just like to give out a bunch of plays. So I do what's called a long shot parlay. It's any parlay where the payout is $10,000 or more. Typically, this week we had a lot of games midweek, and then we also had a lot of games canceled and postponed. So like I did earlier in the year, I'm going to bring it back down to $5,000 for this week, and then we'll see how the rest of the weeks turn out. But that's what I like to do with college football. And then towards the end of the video, I'll also have one of my favorite straight bets for Saturday as well. And that's going to wrap it up for college football. So let's go ahead and jump right into the action. So first, we'll go ahead and recap last week's long shot parlay. And if you guys saw last week's video, or if you guys saw my NFL video the very next day, you guys already know what we did. But if you're new to the channel or you missed last week's videos, then here is last week's long shot parlay. We hit it. We hit the long shot parlay. It came through for us. We did have a push in there. So the payout would have been over $10,000. But since Appalachian State ended up being a push, again, we'll definitely take that any day over a loss because it was close there at the end. So it did reduce that quite a bit. We lost a few $1,000s there. But again, we will absolutely take that all day, every day. So an awesome hit. But we're not stopping now. My goal is to hit the long shot parlay for college football one time for the season. We did hit it, but we're not going to stop now. We're hopefully going to hit this a couple more times before the season ends. Starting with this week, let's see if we can go back to back. So that's what we did last week with our long shot teaser. We had very quickly here Michigan, Indiana over. We had Appalachian State, that was our push, -21. We had Florida, Georgia. Georgia, tough loss for them there, but Florida just absolutely poured it on there. That one went way over 54. We had Oklahoma -38, a big spread there, but given the team that they were playing, I knew Oklahoma was going to come out and try to blow them out, which they did. Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, just two bad teams offensively. That one stayed under the total. Western Kentucky, Florida Atlantic under. Again, that was mainly due to weather, really bad weather in that game, and that one stayed under the total. We had SMU, Memphis to round out the money lines. If anybody saw that Memphis game, man, they had to come from behind. That was definitely unexpected, that they struggled so much against a bad South Florida team. It looks like Memphis had a little bit of a hangover the week before. They got destroyed by Cincinnati. So it looked like that still affected them in the next game. It's just little things like that. It's hard to predict, but Memphis was able to come out on top. They were the better team, and they got the job done. But that was our long shot parlay. Again, congrats to all those that hit it. Again, I recommend always plucking out your favorites and doing something smaller. I was really surprised about how many emails I got and comments I got about all of you guys hitting the long shot parlay. I can't believe how many of you guys are actually crazy enough to do these with me, but you guys are my type of people going for the big bucks. So that's what we did last week. Again, don't want to make this too long of a video, so we'll go ahead and jump into this week's long shot parlay, and we'll just quick hit these games. That was our 9th attempt, and we are going to be moving on to week 11 of the college football season. But this is our 10th attempt at the long shot parlay. You can see our record At the top of the screen, we are 48 and 26 with all of the plays that I put in the long shot. So 65% is absolutely amazing. So we're doing, even when we're not hitting the long shot parlay, we're giving out a bunch of winners within them. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into our 10th attempt. Again, let's see if we can hit this bad boy 2 weeks in a row. So again, I reduced this a little bit. Instead of 6 spreads, it's down to 5 spreads. I didn't want to force anything. Like I said, just not as many games this weekend. But again, so it still will pay out over $5,000 for me. Again, I don't necessarily recommend you guys throw this in, but let's go ahead and jump into the action. So we're starting off with Marshall minus 23. So we have undefeated Marshall, the number 16th ranked Marshall team at home. It's crazy to see Marshall ranked that high. And this line is probably a little bit inflated because of that. Like I said, Marshall's ranked 16. They're undefeated. Probably shouldn't be favored by this much, but I don't think it matters here. I love Marshall's advantage here on the line, both offensively and defensively. I think they're just going to dominate the line of scrimmage in this game. Marshall does a great job of pressuring the quarterback, and I think Middle Tennessee State here is going to have a difficult time protecting their quarterback. I just don't see Middle Tennessee here scoring enough points to hang with Marshall. I think Marshall's going to score. If Marshall can get a couple turnovers, which Middle Tennessee State is prone to give up, I think Marshall can definitely win this game by 30 points. This game should not be close. Marshall at home, if they come to play, they should dominate this game. Next, we're going to go with Appalachian State. Yes, I mentioned Appalachian State last week. We had them minus 21. They pushed. We're going to jump right back on them. We're going to give them another shot of redemption here. Again, it didn't cost us a loss. They just cost us the push. So we're going to give them a chance here to get us a W. They're at home here, minus 18 against Georgia State. Again, both these teams can put up some points, but the separation here is with the defense. Georgia State gives up 40 points a game, while Appalachian State only allows 17. That's a huge discrepancy here. Appalachian State at home should dominate this game. The last time Georgia State played a good defensive team, which was just a couple weeks ago against Coastal Carolina, they lost that game 51-0. Again, Appalachian State's one of the best teams in this conference, if not the best team. They're going to have a showdown here against Coastal Carolina here. Coming up with their next game. So that's really the only negative here is I just don't think Appalachian State's going to be looking ahead to that game, though. It's not like they're undefeated. They already have a loss on the season, so they need to focus on every single game. And like I said, at home, minus 18. This game should not be close at all. The defense should shut down Georgia State and Appalachian State. I don't see them punting very much at all here. So Appalachian State minus 18. They should definitely win this game by at least 3 touchdowns. Next, we're going to go with UTSA minus 6.5. They're at home against UTEP. Both of these teams are playing better than expected this year. UTEP, they have 3 wins on the season. 2 of their wins are against FCS teams, and their 3rd win is against UL Monroe, who is just an awful team, one of the worst teams in the FBS. And UTSA, they played some good competition. They played currently 8th ranked BYU, and they only lost that game by a touchdown. They stayed close with another good team, UAB. They did beat Louisiana Tech. UTSA has played the tougher schedule, and I think they've looked better overall. I think we're getting the better team here at home. UTEP has not played a game in 3 weeks. UTSA has played 2 more games than them. I think that's an advantage for them. So we're getting the better team here, in my opinion, at home. I think they can win this game by a touchdown. Next, we're going with Western Kentucky minus 8. So if you look at the stats, Western Kentucky's offense is struggling this year. They have the pieces. They have just underachieved this year. Their defense has been solid. Southern Mississippi, this team just appears to be a mess. Early in the season, they got off to a rough start, and they fired their coach right away. It was a crazy thing that they fired their coach so fast. But I think they ended up winning a couple games right after that, so they kind of regrouped a little bit. But then recently, their quarterback, after 7 games, he says he's out. He's done for the year. So now they lost their head coach early in the season. Now, after 7 games, they lose their starting quarterback. And I think their backup quarterback is in concussion protocol. So who knows if he's going to play. And again, he's an inexperienced quarterback, their third stringer, inexperienced. So I think this team as a whole is just a mess. I don't know what their motivation is. This is not a very good team to begin with. And now offensively, without their starting quarterback on the road, against a good Western Kentucky defense, I don't see them scoring many points here at all. I think this is a get-right game for Western Kentucky. Get their offense back in the motion. They have a decent quarterback. They have the pieces around him. This team should not be as bad as they are offensively. I think, like I said, this is a get-right game for them. Southern Mississippi defensively, they're giving up 37 points a game. It's not a good defense. Western Kentucky at home, I think they can definitely win this game by double digits and should win this game by double digits. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's kind of going back and forth whether I should take the under or Western Kentucky to cover 8. Ended up going with Western Kentucky to cover, but I think either way is a good bet. But I'm going to go with Western Kentucky here, minus the 8. I think by the time this game is over, they should be up by double digits. And then our last spread is going to be on a total. We're going to go with Oregon and Washington over 58. So both of these teams just played their first game last week, and they both showed great offensively. Oregon racked up 500 yards against Stanford, while Washington State, they weren't that far behind them. They racked up 450 yards against Oregon State. This Oregon team is stacked. They have a new quarterback. Both these teams have new quarterbacks this year, but they got off to, like I said, good starts already. Oregon definitely has the talent advantage here, and I think they're going to control the pace of the game. I don't think either of these teams are going to shy away from playing an up-tempo type of game here. And I think 58 points here is too low. I can see Oregon getting close to the 40s, and Washington State at home definitely will put up some points as well. So I like this game over 58. And then we're going to round out the parlay with 2 money lines. We're going to go with Florida at home against Arkansas. So this is a little bit of a letdown spot here for Florida. They're coming off a monster win against Georgia last week. But being back at home here, I think the home field should give them enough of an advantage here to come away with the W. Arkansas is going to be without their head coach due to COVID. He did not travel with the team. So that should hurt Arkansas a little bit here. I mean, Florida's the better team. As long as they come to play, which they should, cannot afford any slip-ups at all the rest of the way. So I like Florida here at home, coming away with the W. And then we're going to go with Ole Miss. They're also at home against South Carolina. You have to love this Ole Miss team. This team is so explosive offensively. Nobody can stop them really except themselves at home. I just don't think South Carolina will be able to keep up with Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss and Florida at home both come away with W's. So for me, 150 will pay out 5,896. Not too shabby, so we'll see if we can hit this for the second week in a row. We have 4 sides, 1 total, and 2 money lines. Good mix there. I think we have another good shot to come away with a victory here. Again, you can pluck out your favorites, do something smaller to be a little safer. Or you can get crazy with me and do the long shot parlay. But that is this week's attempt. We'll see what happens. Before I move on to today's free play of the day, I do want to mention my website, JVilleSportsPicks.com. That is the home of the village. If you want to be a part of the village, what that means is you will become a part of our community and you'll start receiving my daily newsletter. You guessed it, each and every day, which will have all of the best bets for that particular day. Very simple. Go to JVilleSportsPicks.com. This is the website. This is what it looks like. In the upper right hand corner, you can see the big blue button to join the village. Check out the different links at the top of the page as well. If you're not ready to join the village, I don't make a YouTube video each and every day, but you can see the free picks tab. Go to this page each and every day and there'll be a free pick on there waiting for you. Also check out the promotions tab. I'll periodically have different promotion codes and different sponsorships and different coupon codes for different websites. So check that out as well. But most importantly, like I said, the big blue button, hit that button. It will take you to a page which will list all the different packages that are available. See which one suits you the best. Currently, you can use promo code FOOTBALL, all one word, all capital letters. It'll give you 10% off any package. I make the packages already super cheap as it is. To make them even lower, use coupon code FOOTBALL for 10% off any package of your choosing. If you have any questions about the packages or if you have any issues at all, my social media pages, my email address, all down below in the description of this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to hit me up. chat about anything. Also, down below is a link to my Discord channel. Don't forget to join the Discord channel and come talk sports with us each and every day. We have a lot of different people giving their angles, giving their 2 cents on what they're looking at. That's what it's all about. Creating a community of winning. It's all about helping each other out, giving each other tips and different things that we're seeing. So join the Discord channel if you want to talk sports with us. But that's all the good stuff. While you're down there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you know when new videos pop up. But that's the website, JVilleSportsPicks.com, to sign up for my daily newsletter. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, let's go ahead and move on to today's free play of the day. And I am going to mess with one of the games I had on the long shot parlay, but we're going to take a little different angle. And that game that I'm talking about is between Southern Mississippi and Western Kentucky. And we're going to go with the first half minus 4.5 for Western Kentucky. Again, I think this team gets off to a quick start here in this game. So last week, Western Kentucky was on the road against Florida Atlantic. Again, we were on the under in that game, and that game finished 10-6. Again, there was horrible weather in that game. Florida Atlantic, on top of that, has a really good defense. So not a lot of people realize. So it was definitely a struggle for Western Kentucky. The game before that, they had a tough matchup against BYU. They only scored 10 points. This team offensively, like I mentioned before, they have struggled all year long, and they played a lot of good competition all year long as well. But I think now is the time for this team to break out offensively at home. This team is now 1-3 in the conference. They definitely had higher hopes entering this season. Again, they have a lot of good pieces from a decent team from last year, and I think this is the get-right game for them. Again, Southern Mississippi, they're going to be entering this game on the road without their starting quarterback. Who knows who's going to be starting for this team, but whoever it is, they're not going to be any good. Again, this is a team that I think they're in disarray right now, and I see them coming into this game with a little bit of a safer game plan, especially on the road with a new quarterback. They have a decent running back with the name of Frank Gore Jr. Yes, they're going to feed him the ball early and often. As long as Western Kentucky can slow down that running game, which I think they will, Western Kentucky here should be able to get out to a good lead here against Southern Mississippi. Does not have a good defense at all. Western Kentucky at home. This is the game for them to bring it offensively, and I think they get it done. At halftime, they should be up by at least 7 to 10 points. And then again, by the time this game is over with, they should have a double-digit lead. So I like Western Kentucky here in this game against Southern Miss. That is going to be today's free play of the day. Western Kentucky first half minus 4.5. And then we also have them in our long shot parlay minus 8. So we're definitely going to be rooting on Western Kentucky heavy, along with all of the other plays in our long shot parlay. And that's going to wrap it up for my college football video. Again, if you're interested in my best plays for Saturday, go to JVilleSportsPicks.com, sign up to start receiving my daily newsletter, which will have all of my best plays each and every day sent directly to your email box. Very, very simple. But that's going to wrap it up from me. Good luck with whatever picks you guys do decide to put in. I hope you guys sweep the board out there. Don't forget to join the Discord channel. Come chat with us. And that's going to wrap it up here. I'm going to start working on the NFL and get my NFL video out here sometime on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, good luck. Stay safe out there. And I will see you guys soon. Good luck.